Hello everyone, I'm Bo Wright, your Superintendent of Schools. This month, Geneva City Schools held our annual District Art Show at the Dove Block. The show features student artwork from across all of our schools and remains on display through this weekend. In Geneva, our arts programs are something that we should all be proud of. Whether in visual or performing arts, this is an area where our students really shine. And while schools are often measured by performance in core subject areas, the arts play a critical role in a student's overall experience. They help to round out what school looks like for our kids and give them meaningful ways to express themselves. What makes the District Art Show especially powerful is the way that it elevates that work, taking it out of the classroom and presenting it in a public space where families and the community can experience it together. It gives our students the opportunity to see their work valued, displayed, and celebrated in a different way. And none of it happens without our teachers, whose work throughout the year and behind the scenes makes this all possible. I'll hand it over to Nicole Christmas, a middle school art teacher and chair of our art department, to tell you just a little bit more about that.
The District Art Show is a big celebration for our students. It is a time where they get to celebrate their progress, their efforts, and really just showcase their voice. When students find their confidence or success in a project, I notice that their willingness to participate skyrockets. Their effort, they really try to dive into that problem solving, and I feel like the light bulb just goes off. They just start creating, and there's no hesitance and there's no fear after that. The art department, since I've gotten here, has grown so much, and we are really taking our time with our curriculum and trying to align it with the portrait of a graduate. We were also told that there's different avenues for students who aren't necessarily, math, science, but they can take the art and music and go that way, which is so exciting for us art people and music people. I really, truly think that Geneva City School District art students in our art department is one that's going to be talked about.
One of the pieces I created for the show was a watercolor painting of a bee sitting on a sunflower.
I made a clay mask with designs from the painting Starry Night on it, and I wrote a story to go along with it.
I created a metal imprint of a moth, and it inspired me because we learned about the phases of the moon in science, and I picked a moth because it reminds me of the phases of the moon.
Seeing my work at the Dove Block outside of school was surprising because of all the work that I had put into it inside of school, but it made me feel proud of my artwork.
It made me feel like inspired that I could do anything.
This year in art, I learned a lot more about perspective and how to draw things realistically, and it made my realism a lot better.
This year I learned that when you draw a human, people draw it not proportional because your body is your head length 7 times.
What I like most about art class is that I get to express myself freely, and I get to explore a lot of really different concepts, but I still get to have fun in each and every one of them.
I think it's important to have art in school because you mostly do core subjects and a bunch of math and English and stuff like that, but art's important because it's kind of a break from that. You're still doing work, but it's really fun work that involves a bunch of creativity.
I think art is important in school because it teaches us to be creative when we are told to do something the whole day, exactly how the teacher says it. So let's just think outside the box a little bit.